Okay, so let me share my screen. My screen is visible, right?
Yes.
Okay. Just give me 1 minute. All right. Yes, so you can go ahead, sort of ask your doubt first, then we'll proceed with the session.
Okay. Like yesterday we have already studied about that the all the control planes. Like
Mm-hmm.
so from that I have some doubt on the data plane. Like what is the T-lock and what is the BFD and how it is formed actually. This is my
Okay,
doubt.
so I'll explain in today's lecture what is the BFD, what is T-log. So that is going to be happen after onboarding the controllers, okay?
Okay.
So I'll explain what is a T-log. T-log, just I'm giving an idea. T-log is transport locator that is going to combine, that is going to just combination of three tuples, that is your color, encapsulations, right? And system IP. So
Okay.
how T-log is going to play very vital roles in this SD-WAN that we'll discuss, but it is just going to act as a next hope. Like BGP, we have the next hope of the any routing protocols or might be any route. Similarly, any route which are receiving in the SD-WAN via OMP, the T-log is going to act as a next hop, right?
Yeah.
EFT just for the it is going to monitor your path quality by referring the loss, latency, and jitter. So BFT help to just make sure if any issue is going to be happen in path, so you are going to configure any kind of the path quality measurement, and based on that you are going to apply the SLAs, right, service level agreement, then your automatic failover is going to happen. So we'll do the lab and we'll see how it is going to happen, okay, later on. But definitely it is going to cover in very detail. No need to
Okay.
worry.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Thank
All right. So hi everyone. Good morning to all. Let's just start our session without any further delay. I can see still 4 or 5 people are missing. They are joining. Okay, so let's start. So Naveen, Anil, everything is good, guys?
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, hi, good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. So any doubt till yesterday session, guys? All good? Anil, Naveen, Sajal, Sunanda, Nehal, all good?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, so let me start, right? We have done this like basic reachability, right, from this particular PC to the vManager. And these vManager also have the transport communication under the VPN 0. On basis of that, we have the reachability between these all four devices via the switch, right? So yesterday we have done this all configuration, and I hope you guys are also understand how this configuration has been done. Today we are going to onboard the vManage, right? And we have to understand what is the step-by-step process to do the vManage configuration, right? Just give me 1 minute. Okay. All right, guys. So please mute Anmol. Amol, please mute yourself. You have some background noise. Okay. All right. So let me go there and do the step-by-step configuration. So how the configuration is going to be happen? So you just have to follow the lab guides, which we define it here. So there are some things. We have the system-wise configuration. That is system configuration. So let's see what is system configuration and why it is very important. So you can see this is my vManage. Let me just log in it. and I'll put the again username and password admin. So this is going to be there. And if you run the command, there is system configuration. There is no configuration is there, right? Similarly for the vBond, that's image we have with the vEdge router. And if I go here, show run, you can see there is no system configuration as well, right? We have the vSmart. So it is going to be on. And we also have the root CA, right? So this root CA, if I just run the command, we just done the configuration for the root CA yesterday. But after doing the root CA, we just have the certificate, right? And based on that certificate, we have to do the authentication process, right? And we understand why this certificate is very important. So you can see the smart as well. This also doesn't have the any kind of the system configuration. So guys, very important. You may note it down somewhere. If you're trying to onboard any devices in Cisco SD-WAN fabric, what is the minimum configuration we should require, right? This might be the going to ask in the interview and you should know the answer. So what is the minimum configuration we require when we are going to onboard any devices in SD-WAN fabric? So minimum configuration is the system-wise configuration, right? So we have the system configuration. This system configuration is going to carry 5 tuples, right? Without these 5 tuples, you cannot onboard Cisco SD-WAN like any devices on Cisco SD-WAN fabric. So what is the first tuple? That is your host name. This must be there. Second, the system IP. This must be there. Third one is the org name, right? Organization name. Fourth one is a site ID. And fifth one is the vBond details. Means vBond IP you can put or vBond FQDN you need to put. So unless you are going to configure these all 5 tuples, 5 parameters, you unable to onboard any branch. This is the bare minimum configuration that is going to be required.
So what is the third one?
The organization name, org name,
Okay, so
and the site ID and the vBond IP detail. So we have to always configure these all 5 tuples, 5 parameters when we are going to do this any kind of the onboarding process, right? Even let's suppose I want to deploy the ZTP, zero trust provisioning. So this ZTP template must be going to create on the vManage. And this vManage, when we create the template, this must be configured the system-wise configuration with the 5 tuples. Then only it is going to onboard the site once they have to get the IP address. So you have to take care. So Sasank, please mute. So you have to always configure the system-wise configuration. That's why you can see in the lab guide also. In the lab guide, you can see here, we have the vManage, and this vManage, we have the 5 tuples configuration. Organization name, we have the system IP, we have the vBond detail, we have the site ID, and we have the host name, then we have to the commit.
Why that ZTP template is required?
Why?
ZTP template.
See, ZTP is a process, zero trust provisioning, right? But it is not going to happen in air, right? ZTP is a process where your router, let's suppose this is your router, right? vEdge router. This vEdge router, you connect the ISP circuit, right? This link is going to connect. This link will automatically get the IP address, public IP address from the DSCP. Once it will get the IP, it will try to do the ZTP process, which I will discuss later on how the ZTP process is going to be happen. Based on that, they will try to reach the vBond, right? Once they will reach the vBond, they will reach to the vManage. So the configuration of this device must be pushed from the vManage. So you pre-configured your vManage, means you pre-configured the vManage with this device configuration. That is your template. So template and policy must be configured here so that once this device is going to reach here, then it is going to automatically get the configuration. Then only it is going to serve your network. So that template must be created and then it is going to get it here. This template must be have minimum configuration, that is system-wise configuration, right? If you don't have the system-wise configuration of the 5 tuples, it is not going to work for you. Clear, Amol? So we'll
Yes,
see.
sir, but actually in JTP template, when we create, there will be different site ID, different system IP, right? So how that JTP
No.
template cover all the details for,
I understand this site having the predefined site ID, right? This is a new
right?
site. These are the site ID, let's suppose 102. Host name, let's suppose vManage 112, right? vBond detail, we have some kind of the IP address. Let's think this is the IP address. We have the system IP, let's suppose 10.10.10 system IP address. And last one, we have the org name. Let's suppose the lab. So this is
Yeah,
the five.
organization. Okay, so based on this, what I can understand, organization and that vBond IP remains the same for all the VH routers, right? But all
Right,
other parameters will be different,
right.
right?
We
So
want this is the same. This is the same. It's
Mhm.
going to happen for across the fabric, but these three parameters are going to be unique for the across all the sites.
Okay. So do we need to create the different JTP templates for all the VH routers?
Yes, you can say the JTP, not JTP template is the correct word. You have to create the site related configuration template.
Okay, and
Site
that will
is
help us for the JTP process, right?
yes. So once this device starts JTP process, it will reach to the vBond. It will reach to the vManage. So it will go first for the vBond for the authentication. Then it will redirect to the vManage. Then it will get the configuration from here. And this is the configuration you deployed there. That it will get the configuration by the template. Okay,
Okay,
Mul.
got it, got it. Yeah,
Right.
thanks.
So we'll see. There is a step-by-step process. How this all is going to happen, how the device is going to reboot, then it is going to get an IP address. Right? Make sense? Okay. So
Yes, sir, thanks.
now let's understand. So while doing the lab, right? When you're doing the lab, first we have to do the certification. Once certification is done, then we go only and do this. We manage system-wise configuration. So what process I'm going to follow, exactly you guys have to do the follow, right? Certification is must. If we are not doing certification, we're going to do this configuration first. It is not going to work, right? So wait till you do the certification. Once certification is done, then you try to do the rest of the thing. So how does certification is going to work? So to have the certification, like first we configure the root C yesterday. So once have the root C and we enable the TFTP, right? Let me show you. So here is the TFTP command we enable here. So we make the root C the TFTP server. So this device will try to copy the certificate from this server. Once we have the certificate, we'll try to install the certificate. Once we install the certificate, then we do the next steps, whatever we want to do that for the configuration part, right? So let me do that. So I'll go here in the PC, in the vManage, and try to ping whether we have the reachability of the root C or not. So yesterday we have done that. So this must be reachable, you can see. So once we have the reachability, we have to go in the vShell, right? After going in the vShell, we have the command tftp -g -r, right? And we have the file name, like just we have to use the same file name pki.ca and the IP address of your TFTP server. So you can just use the pki.ca and this is the IP address 10.10.10.13. But if I run this command, whether my certificate has been copied or not, how can I can just verify. So better what I can do that I'll go in the root CA and I'll enable the debug TFTP packets, and also I'll enable debug TFTP events. So once I'll try to copy this device have some kind of the logs, and it is going to show you whether you are getting some kind of the communication between the vManage or might be this root C or not. So right now you can see there is no like communication related to the TFTP. So let me try it. So once I done, you can see this command has been run, but I don't know whether the real certificates have been copied or not. So how can I check that? I can go here. You can see here. So now you see the logs. It is showing that I can let me put the undebug all. So I just debug opt for the all communication. So now you see here, it is talking about the TFTP server request coming on the port 41635 and this is my socket ID, and this is my request come from this IP address from this interface and looking for this certificate exactly. And from NVRAM open, and then finally it is just going to send, and NVRAM just process the certificate finally. So it is showing that something happened in the receive, means receive of the acknowledgement, and the finish the NVRAM, the transmission has been done. So it looks my TFTP has been transferred the file, but how can you verify whether this file receive or not? So you just have to run the command ls-l, and you see this file has been available here, which we copied from the root C. If you want to run this file, so you just run the command more and put the PKI, you'll see the same file name which was available in the root CA. So you'll see it is ending with MMSBN. So if I go here and I just try to run the dir, and if I go here more, and this is my NVRAM, and I just run the command pki.ca. See, this is the same certificate we have. It's ending with MMSBN. So we received the certificate. So the first part has been done. We received the certificate. What is the next part? So next part, basically, we just have to install the certificate. So how the installation is going to happen? So you just have to follow the steps. You have to run this command request search chan install, and you have to give this directory. So you can just copy paste, you can manually type that also, it is going to work. But you have to exit from here, and you have to go in the privilege mode and just have to paste this command. Once you paste, you just click OK, and it is just going to install. See, the certificate has been installed. So once the certificate has been installed, now you have to go in the GUI of your vManage, and you have to do some sort of the additional configuration, right? So let me log into my vManage. I'll go here. And I'll put it here. Like, let me go and put it HTTPS. So I'll simply log in it. Right? So we have to see right now certificate is invalid. So we just have to make sure this is going to valid, and then only we can proceed further. So we have to do some certification based on this lab guide. You can see there is written step-by-step process. So we have to go in the GUI, we have to go in the administration and settings. So how can I go that? I will go here. Here is the, like you can see administration. So here is the settings. So I'll click on the settings. After clicking on the settings, you're going to find some informations, and you have to put some information. So it is going to ask, what is your organization name, right? So you can put any organization name, but make sure whatever organization name you're putting here, it is going to same for everywhere. Means all the devices which you are going to use, they should have the same organization name. So I'm going to put it here, like this is organization name, and we are going to use the organization name as a lab, right? So this is my organization name, lab, right? You can put any organization name, but here I'm going to use a lab. So I'll just put the lab, and I'm just going to confirm as a lab. I'll just save it, right? So first thing done. Now it is asking, what is my vBond IP? So this also we need to map it here. So vBond IP, we know that our vBond IP is 123.10.10.11. So I'll go here 123.10.10.11. This is my vBond IP address. I'll just click save. This is done. Now it is asking, what is the controller certificate authorizations, right? How the process is going to be happen. So this one. So by default it's showing Cisco. So you just have to edit it. And there are 4 ways. Like you can see Cisco automated, that is recommended. Means they are going to follow the your like AVNet and the TPM chip process. and based on that, they are going to authenticate. If I want to use Symantec, I can use the Symantec one as well, but I have to provide the Symantec details. I don't have. I want to go manual, I can do the manual. But this time I want to go with the enterprise root CA because we have the enterprise root CA. So I'll use the enterprise root CA, right? So you just see here in the vManage also, once you do that, you just have to follow this step because we are using the enterprise root CA. So based on that, whatever the certificate we have from the root CA, we need to copy and we need to paste it here. But one problem is going to happen. If I copy the certificate from here and try to paste, it is not going to work for me. It is not going to work for me. Sorry, I just paste it here. So you try to paste, it is not going to paste for me. See, if I try to paste, it is not pasting because this is the your PC where you are in the actual PC browser, and this is the PC where we have the different browser in the virtualization. So the direct copy paste is not possible. So how can we do that? We can open an email. Based on the email, we can transfer some certificate from one email to another email, and based on that, it is going to work. So what I'm going to do that, I'm going to basically open an email here. Let me just open the email. Gmail, right? I'll just open the Gmail. You guys have to follow the same process, or might be you open the WhatsApp or anything. That's why this PC, let me go on the Gmail. This PC basically have the internet, right? You just do the certification part. So let me sign in from here. Just wait for a while. So I'll put the Gmail like at gmail.com. Okay. And let me see if I receive the two-step verification or not. Yeah, so I've done the two-step verification. So one email I open in this virtual environment. What I'll do, I'll open another email on this particular environment. So I'll go in the Google again. I'll open the email here and I'll sign in. Right, same email I'm going to open because we cannot do the copy paste directly. So we just transfer the certificate from the email. So I'll just use the password again. So let me confirm. So now done. So what I have to do that, I'll just go here and root CA. I will copy the certificate. So let me go again, and we have the more and VRAM, right? And this was the file pki.ca. So this is certificate we have. So what I'll do that, I'll copy the certificate from here carefully. After copy that, I'll go in my email, my personal email. I'll compose one of the email, and based on that, I'll just send on this only email, and I'll put the cert name, right? And I'll paste the certificate here. So I can copy and paste in this email. Once I'll do that, I'll go in my PC. This email is going to receive here as well. So let me show you. So from here, I can just copy and paste that. See, the certificate has been received. So I will copy the certificate from here to here because we are in the same PC. Everyone understand what I have done? Any doubt?
Sir, here I have one question. In the document, that certificate we put copy and paste that root CA certificate, right? But if you see the document, vManage document, it is mentioned certificate will be used from suit and copy and paste above certificate from the import and export. So run below command. So can you please go below?
Yeah, we have to do
This.
just we are doing
duplicate.
this only, this step. Here we are doing the copy paste. Okay.
Okay.
So copy paste, we cannot do direct from the root CA. If I copy and I try to paste here, it is not possible, right? Here it paste is not possible. That's why what I'm doing, I'm sending the certificate from my email, from my, this is my PC browser, okay? So here I'm sending the certificate, the same certificate in the email in the different PC browser where I cannot copy and paste. So now I receive the certificate here. You can see, clear? And if I copy the certificate from here now, same certificate I'm doing that. And I'm just going to paste here. Now I can able to paste it. Simple. Because
this I got this, but if you see in the document,
okay,
whether we
step.
need to pay this.
You understand till here?
Yes.
Yeah, so just wait. I'm going to explain next step. Okay, just
Yeah.
wait. Yeah, still we have to do something. So now, after this, what you have to do that you have to do some kind of the additional settings, right? You can see here. Let me put it here. So we have to put the domain name. So what is the domain name? So domain name should be this domain name, means whatever you configure this after root C lab.local. So this is your domain name. So based on this root C configuration, you define the domain name. So whatever your organization name should be marked after dot and local, that is going to become your domain. So if you're putting any other name here in the organization, so you just put that name and dot local, that is going to become your domain name. So in that case, what I'll do that I'll put set CSR property here and I'll put my domain is because we put the organization name lab dot local. So I'll just put the lab dot local. So better just follow the lab guide to avoid any kind of confusion. And here my organization name again, lab. So I'll just confirm the lab. City, I can put any kind of the New Delhi. State Delhi. Email, right? You can put info@guinet.com. Letter of country, IN. Validity, you can just give 1 year or 3 year, up to you, or 2 year might be. So you can just give 1 or 2 year validity, whatever you want that. Then after you have to click import and save. So you just have to do after that import and save. Then after we'll talk about this one. Okay, so this has been done. Everyone clear about this? Any doubt? So we done the copy paste of the certificate. After doing the copy paste of the certificate, we just save that CSR property. What is the CSR property? Certificate signing request. How is this certificate signing request is going to work? I'll explain you later. But now we have done the certificate signing request. And let me see. Yeah, everything is same, right? Not change. I'll done it. Now, once we have done this, right? We have to go in the lab guide. Here it is written, certificate will be used from the root CA by running the below command. Okay. So what does means there is 2 ways to get the certificate. Means this certificate which I run from this root CA by running this more command, right? But if I don't want to run this command, I just want to follow the lab guide, then I have to go in the configuration and I have to run this command. So this command, let me go here, the configuration T, because this is written in the configuration T, right? If I put this command here and I put enter, it will give the same certificate output. Whatever certificate output I am here, we are getting the same certificate output. So Amol, what does means? If you want to get the certificate, you can run this command, you are going to get certificate, or you run this command. Both meaning is same. Clear?
Okay, got it. Yeah.
Clear? Okay. Thanks for asking. So this is the what lab guide written, but just we are getting the certificate information. Now it's done. Now let's talk about after this all done, we have to go in the vManage, we have to generate the CSR. Why CSR? As explained yesterday, because when you just apply for the passport, right? So when you apply for the passport, so root CA is my passport office, right? Passport office is my root CA. right? Before they are going to generate or grant the certificate, what they're going to ask you, they will ask you to just fill the form, right? Fill the form. So you're going to give the basic credential detail. After filling the form, they will fix the appointment. After getting appointment, you have to physically available on the office. They will verify your all documents again, right? Manual verification. After verification, they will take some biometric, right? Biometric is going to happen. After biometric, they will do the police verification, right? Then after all, they will grant final passport, right? And then you can use that passport for any travel, right? You can see that all step is going to happen. Same step is going to happen with root CA. So root CA give one of the link to you, which you installed it here. Based on that, you are going to share your properties that you have to fill the form and you have to submit. Then again, once you submit, after CSR is something, certificate signing request. Based on that information, whatever you saved in your brain, like the form, right? Online, you are going to
सर
put
फॉन्ट साइज इंक्रीज करो ना अपने
क्या
फॉन्ट का साइज इंक्रीज करो ना कुछ दिख बहुत छोटे छोटे दिख रहे हैं
इज इट फॉर एवरीवन फुल स्क्रीन सेव है मेरी चलो मैं अगली बार करता हूँ फ्रंट साइड कोई नहीं ठीक है अभी मैं लिख दिया हूँ तो इसको थोड़ा बियर कर लो ठीक है सो दैट मीन्स इफ आई एम गोइंग फॉर द रूट सी ए समथिंग माई this root CA is something which is going to validate based on my informations which is my certificate signing request and then after what is going to be happen they are going to request can you validate my detail and grant me the final certificate. Then root CA is going to validate your CSR properties and then it is going to give the final certificate which is going to use for the validations. Same exactly process is going to happen जो passport में होता है ठीक है ना exactly वैसे ही आपको सिमुलेट करना उससे अलावा कुछ नहीं होता अलग मतलब आपको पहले रिक्वेस्ट रेज करना है ऑनलाइन अपॉइंटमेंट लेना है अपने डिटेल फिल करना है फिर आपको वेरीफाई करेगा फिर बायोमेट्रिक करेगा फिर पुलिस वेरिफिकेशन होगी फिर यू आर गोइंग टू गेट द पासपोर्ट सिमिलर रूट सी इज गोइंग टू डू दैट मीन्स आपको पहले तो दे दिया डिटेल आपने अपने ब्रेन में डाल दिया अपना खुद का सर्टिफिकेट अब अपना डिटेल इसमें मिलाओगे सर्टिफिकेट के साथ उसके साथ एक सर्टिफिकेट साइनिंग रिक्वेस्ट मतलब जो सर्टिफिकेट दिया है और अपनी प्रॉपर्टीज को मिलाकर अपने पर्सनल डिटेल को मिलाकर अब इसको बोलोगे कैन यू जस्ट वेरीफाई एंड गिव मी द फाइनल सर्टिफिकेट देन इट इज गोइंग टू गिव द फाइनल सर्टिफिकेट and then this certificate is going to use to further validation clear so this is your certificate signing request so CSR is going to be generated based on that CSR you are going to do further thing so how it is going to happen you just go here and go in the this machine now go here and go in the certificate after going in the certificate you just have to go in the controller right and you see this is my controller same thing you can see here you have to go in the vManage you have to go vManage certificate right it's not captured here but you just go in configuration and certificate I'm in the configuration and certificate controller certificate now I have to select it this and here you can see there is no CSR so you just click on three dot and generate CSR means this device have certificate from the root CA. Now you are putting your own properties. अपने detail डाल रहे हो and generate CSR. So this is going to generate the CSR. This is certificate. So you can see CSR has been generated. Now you can copy this entire thing, right? And send to root CA. Can you just validate my detail and give me the final certificate? So see here. Go. So copy the above certificate and go root CA to sign it and give me the final certificate. Means आपने form fill कर दिया, passport office पास गए and it is going to validate and give you the final certificate after all verification. Same thing it is going to happen. So सबसे पहले अभी certificate को root CA पे जाकर this command I have to run. But how I can send the certificate? I cannot copy paste directly. So मैं इस certificate को पहले email के through भेज दूंगा अपने local browser पे. I'll go simply here and reply it the same email. So my local browser is going to receive that. Simply copy and paste. Make sure nothing should be missed while doing the copy and paste. Means whatever the configuration you just copied here should be exactly paste. No change should be done. If any value is going to be missed while doing the copy paste, this certificate is going to be invalid for you. So where I was, means I was in the GUI, right? So if you're doing the copy paste, make sure none of the values should be like missed. If it is going to miss, it is going to create a problem for you. So let me go here and I'll send it. So once I've done, it is going to receive my local browser email. So probably I'll receive this email. See this certificate, I receive it. So this is my certificate. Now I can copy it and I can paste in the root CA. But before I can copy and paste, I have to run one of the command. So I'll go in the vManage and you have to run this command, and this command should be on the your privilege mode, not the configuration mode. So just copy it, crypto PKI server, PKI request, PKS 10 terminal. So I'll go here and I'll just exit from here and I'll paste it here. Once I'm done, and click enter. Now, after click enter, what you have to do that you have to copy the certificate carefully. None dot should be missed here. Means none of the letters should be missed. Exactly. See, one letter is missed here. So I have to copy exactly same. No extra spacing, nothing should be there. Else it is not going to work. I'll copy carefully. After copy this, I'll press here Control Shift Alt. Then this window is going to be open. I'm just repeating again. What I have to do? At this stage, you don't try to copy paste directly. Again, repeating, you have to press Control Shift Alt. This window is going to open. Put text input. This small window is going to be open. Then you paste here. Clear, everyone? Note it down. Then it is going to paste correctly. Else it is going to throw an error. Note my again word. It is going to throw an error. So if you want to get out from here, again Control Shift Alt, put none. So this certificate has been copied. Now paste enter, right? See here. So after paste here, you just have to press enter and then you have to write quit, or might be you press 2 times enter, but just follow the write quit. So I'll just write quit here and enter. And now you can see the final certificate has been granted. So finally I have the certificate. And this is my passport, you can think about. So see, now my granted certificate is there. So once this granted certificate is there, I have to install this certificate in my vManage. So how can I do that? Again, I cannot direct copy and paste the certificate. So I'll just copy carefully this and I'll send via email to my virtual machine. So I'll just go here and I just reply from here. And this is going to be send my virtual machine. So now I'll go in the virtual machine again here and I'll just refresh. And you are going to get the certificate from here. See, this is certificate. So now I have the final certificate and I'll just copy this certificate carefully from here. After copy the certificate, I will go my the Cisco vManage, close it, and see this is already yellow highlighted. I'll go and install the certificate. I'll just copy and paste it here. Sorry, copy already there. I pasted here. So see, exactly the same thing we have to do that. Just have to go here, install certificate. See, this is my document. See the install certificate. And then it is just going to give this particular dialog box and then you have to install it. If it is going to install successfully, then everything is good. If it is going to throw an error, that means something we missed that. So let me install it. Set it in schedule state. It is going to install its progress. You can see the progress also. If you just click it here, it is trying to install with the new serial certificate number and all. And see, it's a success. So congratulations to everyone. Finally, we validated vManage from the root CA. There is no problem at all. How I can check the validation? I can go in the dashboard. And earlier this was showing the invalid, but now should be valid. Let me show you. See, the invalid has been removed here. Now invalid is 0. So this certificate is valid because now it have the valid certificate. So I'll go here and if I want to check the device, you see this is the certificate and certificate serial number, expiry date. Everything we have, right? If you want to check the certificate, you can just run here. So certificate serial number. So you see the certificate serial number, right? This is 02 serial number. And so certificate installed, you want to see that. So it is going to certificate which has been installed in this particular vManage. So you can see the certificate installation detail as well. So if I just scroll down and you want to see that the vManage certificate common name, and this is your organization name, lab. This is your state, Delhi, like New Delhi, India, public key info, public key algorithm, and this is your root CA.deliver. Who issued the certificate? So this is the exact root CA. How can I validate? If I go root CA, see this is the name. This is the root CA who issued the certificate. So that's why you can see the root CA also, it is available here, right? So everything is good. Now what we left? So this all good, but still this device doesn't have the system-wise configuration. So we have to do the system-wise configuration. That is a 5 tuple. So how can I do that? So you can say system IP. So what is system IP? Let me explain one by one. So if I go here first in config T, so I have to go in the system. System, after I have to define the system IP. So what is a system IP? System IP is nothing. System IP is the IP. It's just similar to the router ID. Exactly similar to the router ID. Every device, either vBond, vSmart, vManage, vSCH, it always requires the system IP. This IP is going to be very helpful. First thing, it is a mandatory thing you require. If you're not going to configure system IP and you are configuring the BGP, OSPF, right, EIGRP, then they require the router ID, right? If there is no system IP, then you have to you must have to configure the router ID. That's a mandatory thing. Means if there is no system IP, you are going to configure the BGP, you are going to try to commit, it will throw an error. It will ask you configure the router ID. But if you already configure the system IP and you are doing the BGP configuration without router ID, it will automatically take system IP as router ID. So system IP is equivalent to router ID, unique identification of the box, right? And every device have the system IP. So you can see here, if you go in the lab topology as well, every device have system IP. See, so already I defined. You can also define any IP address. It is just going to stay local to the box, but it is very important. You can see every device have system IP. This also, we can use this also as system IP address. So everywhere. So for this device, I have system IP 10, 123, 100, 10.10. WAN IP is different, system IP series is different. So I'll go here and simply configure 10, 123, 10.10. This is my system IP. What is my host name? Second tuple, I'll put the vManage. Right? What is my site ID? I'll put, this is site ID. You can see this site, I have the site ID is 100. So I'll put 100, right? What is my organization name? That is my lab. So you just put the lab. Even you are not going to put, already you configure the GUI, it is going to take, but better you put it here, right? 3 tuple we define, 4 tuple we define. What is my vBond details? So vBond is my, this IP address, 123.10.10.11. So I'll put here 123.10.10.11. This is my vBond and I'll commit it. So all 5 tuple I have configured here. So let me run show run VPN 0. Sorry, show run system, not VPN 0. And see, I have done this 5 tuple configuration, means the host name, system IP, site ID, organization name, and vBond editor. SP organization name, service provider organization name, it is going to take similar to the your organizations. If you have a different, then you can put that different also, but this is not going to be required. It is always going to be same. So this is how
system IP is so system IP is non-routable, right?
Yes, non-routable IP address, right?
Okay.
It's a non-routable IP address. So this is done, right? So my system IP has been configured. Everything is done. So now this vBond is okay. This vManage has been done configuration. Now let's onboard the second box. Second box is let's suppose you want to onboard vBond, right? So how vBond is going to be onboarded? So let's do the vBond onboarding process. Let me open the lab guide. Just give me 1 minute. Everyone clear till here, right? All good. Not much complex, right? I hope.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Good. So let me open the vBond lab guide. All right.
Can you increase the font size of CLI?
Okay, let me do that. आप लोग मुझे याद दिला दिया करो. I'll make sure that is going to be happen. So this is my smart. Okay. Root CA. Window is fine, right? So we have to do the vBond configuration. So in this vBond, you can see that they have the similar configuration. We have the system-wise configuration. We'll do the last. First, we have to do the.
सर एक क्वेश्चन था, हमारे को हर बार vBond IP ये 5 जो सिमिलर आपने स्टेप बता रखे हैं, इसमें vBond IP मैंडेटरी होती है, क्यों होती है?
Without vBond, these are the 5 tables. Without vBond, device is not going to authenticate to each other. Who is going to authenticate? vBond is the first who is going to authenticate your device. So if your device doesn't have the vBond IP, so how they are going to ask someone to validate me? And if there is no vBond, then nobody is going to validate. That device is never going to join the fabric. That's why it's a mandatory step. Okay. So
Yes, sir.
that's why we have to define the vBond. This is the basic requirement of the SD-WAN. You have to go vBond. So if there is no IP, how we can go vBond? So now let me talk about how the vBond configuration is going to happen. So vBond configuration is going to happen once we onboard the vManage, then vBond is going to be on board. If you try to onboard vBond without vManage, it's not possible because you have to add vBond in the vManage. So that's why first device you have to onboard, that is a vManage. Still, once you onboard the vBond, that vBond is going to validate vManage. If their certificate is not going to match, serial number is not going to match, they are not going to be part of the same fabric. So that validation is also going to be required, right? So let me do that. So you have to follow the lab guide again. First thing, we have to go and add the vBond detail in the vManage. This configuration already we have done yesterday. It's not required. IP route we'll talk later why IP route is very important. But let me add something. This all details. So first let me do the certification. Then we'll add this part in that vBond, right? So let me do the certification part first. So first I need to copy the certificate from the root C again by this command. So again, let me show you vBond. If I go in the V shell, right, and I do the ls minus l, we don't have the PKI certificate. So I just have to use this command and I enter, see, this is going to copy. If this command is going to run, that means your certificate has been copied. If this command is going to time out, that means something is issue. So always do certification first. Always do certification first. Then you do the rest of the configuration. See, so certificate has been copied. Then what's next? Once certificate has been copied, I will install the certificate. Simply, I will just run this command. So I will install the certificate. The certificate has been installed. After this, we have to add the vBond detail in the vManage. So you start doing lab from here. After doing this configuration, basic one, you start doing the lab from the here, certification part. So we have to add this vBond in the vManage. How can we add this? I'll go here, I'll go in the window. Here I have the device. After going in device, we have the controller. And vManage already we had it. You can see we have the system IP, site ID, CLI. There is no template assigned, certificate installed. But I need to add the controller and inside I need to add the vBond. But now if I go and add the vBond, it will throw an error because till now this vBond is the VH router because we not put any special command to make them as a vBond. So let me show you what error we are going to get it and how we can solve that error. So what is my vBond management IP address? So my vBond management IP address is 123.10.10.11. So I'll put it here 123.10.10.11. This is my vBond management IP address. I'll put the username, that is admin, password again admin. By default, it is going to generate the CSR property. Means if I want to generate during the onboarding process, I can click it here. if I want to generate later, like what I have done for the vManage, after clicking on the three dot, I can generate the CSR. That is also possible. So I can generate directly from here, but if I add it, it is going to throw me the error. See here, showing that you cannot as vEdge router as a controller. You see, because this vBond, I told you, this is the vEdge router. I just changed the name only, but I didn't make any special command to convert into the vBond. So how I can convert in the vBond? I have to go in the config and I will define the system wise configuration here. So what is my system IP? This is going to be 10.123.10.11. See here, vBond is 10.11. What is my site ID? 100. What is my organization name? That is a lab. What is my system IP host name? Host name already we configured, so not required again, but let me show you 5 tuple complete. This is the vBond. And when you just go configure the vBond IP address, this is the vBond. So you have to configure your self IP address 123.10.10.11. But if this device is going to stay as a vBond, so
Local.
you have to add the keyword as a local. Then it is going to act as a vBond. That means local keyword is going to identify you as a vBond, right? If you're not going to put local, that means it is going to act as a normal vEdge router. So now I'll click commit. So this become the vBond because of the single command. That's the keyword is a local. So if I run the command source system, you can see host name is this, system IP is this, site ID is this, but this vBond, we put the IP address, also we add the local. So it's become the vBond. Now it's a vBond. If I go again in the here and again I try to add, it is going to be added without any error. See, magic happened, it has been added. So till now we are good. Now the controller has been added. And if I go here, I cannot find any running configuration because still this is not going to fetch the running configuration. Nothing we have. So let me cancel it and let me let them complete. So see, this is no configuration available device because we not have the fully onboarding process. It just added the device. Now we have to go in the certificate part again. We have to go in the configuration. We have to go certificate. We have to go the controller. Here we have the vBond, right? CSR this time generated. So now make sure you click on the vBond. It should be the light yellow and CSR already generated. So you just view the CSR. So this is CSR certificate. This CSR again signed by the root CA. So you just copy it, make sure everything is copied correctly. So I'll copy it. After copy, I'll go on my this email. Where is the email? And I'll just reply it. Paste it. Send it. Now you just go in the vBond. This step has been done. And here it is also written. Before adding the vBond in the vManage, please make sure from the below command should be added from the CLI. Special note is there. This command is going to convert your vBond as a vBond, local keyword. Now we generated the CSR, we get the certificate. After getting certificate, we just have to copy the certificate by running this command again on the CH. So I'll go in the root CA, not CH, we just have to go in the root CA. I just paste this command, put enter. Again, I have to put Control Shift Alt, open a text, small window. Now let me go in the certificate, which I sent. So I'll send it here and I will paste from here. Paste it and I will go here and I will try to paste from here. Done. I can get out from here. Press enter. I'll write quit. Press enter. See, the final granted certificate has been done. Now I'll copy this certificate again. And I'll go in my browser email. I will reply it back. So this is going to again available on my PC. Which PC? Window PC. So let me see the certificate is there or not. So this is my fifth certificate, you can see. And make sure you just doing the right certificate. It's ending with 8G, right? So this is certificate ending with 8G. So this is the right certificate. So I will copy the certificate carefully. Okay. And I will go here in the vManage. This is yellow. I'll go here and install certificate. Just wait. Now it's done. So you just have to paste the certificate. Control V and install the certificate. These processes are very patientfully you have to do very carefully, else your lab is not going to be completed. So this has been done. So now you can see the device. If I go into device, if you go in the controller, you see your vBond has been added, installed, but there is no system IP, site ID, still not available, but it is going to reflect very soon, probably after some time, because we already added the 5 tuples. See, the site ID, system IP, that has been also updated. Site ID is also going to be updated. So you are going to get it. See, this is also updated. So everything is done. Now, if you're going in the dashboard, if you're going on dashboard, you will see that your vBond is start showing here and it's up. So now vBond is up, your vManage up. You can see the arrow. Now you have to onboard the third device, that is a vSmart. Okay, guys. So let me do the onboarding process for the vSmart. So again, we have to open the vSmart lab guide. Let me see if all good. We have done this and then all good. We won't done. Now let me open the vSmart. So you can open the lab guide again for the vSmart. Let me open that. Same thing you can see here. We have the system-wise configuration. We have this configuration we have already done. So we start with the my certification part. Simply I'll copy this command, or you can type it, and I'll go in the vSmart. So I'll go in the vShell first and check ls-l. We don't have any PKI file. So I'll copy it and I'll paste it. And if I run the ls-l, see this file has been copied. So simply I'll install it. I'll simply go here and just run this command: request root search and install home/admin.pki.ca. You can just write it or just install it. This has been installed. After installing the certificate, again, we have to add this controller in the vManage. Same process we have to follow. So I'll go here, window PC. And if I'm going here, the device, controller. And this time I need to add the vSmart. So I'll go and add the vSmart. The vSmart username. First I'll put the IP. So this time its IP is 12. You guys can refer it. This is my 12 IP address. Password is admin. Username is admin, password is admin, and it is asking for TLS and DTLS. So one more thing, when I add the vBond, it is not asked for any TLS and DTLS protocol. It was automatically added. But when I'm adding this vSmart, it is asking, do you want to use the protocol TLS or DTLS? So I'm going to use the default DTLS. So here is the catch. By default, when we are building the tunnel from any device with the vBond, it is always going to be DTLS. It is always going to be DTLS. We don't have any choice. But if you want to build a tunnel with the vSmart or vManage, it could be the TLS or DTLS. It's up to your choice, right? So here I'm going to use the DTLS only. Default port, generate the CSR. This has been done. Now, again, I go here, not here. I'll just go in the certificate and I'll generate the, I already generated the CSR. I'll view the CSR. So I'll go in the smart I'll view the CSR. So there is no CSR, so I have to generate the CSR. View the CSR should be, yeah, CSR is there. I think I something made wrong. So I just copy it. After copy it, I will go and send to my email. Right, so this has been done. This has been done. Right. So let me. Okay, so what I have to do that? I'll go in the smart. This certificate has been done. Again, I'll copy this certificate generation command, and I'll go in the smart CLI, and I'll paste it here. Okay. Okay, I have to paste in the roots here. Sorry, not in the smart. So I'll paste it here, and after pasting, I'll just again Control Alt Shift, and I will copy the certificate from here. So let me see, certificate is there or not. Certificate is there. So I will copy the certificate carefully, and after copy, I will go here and I'll paste it here. This has been done. Control Shift Alt, none, enter. I'll write the quit. This is done. So finally, I have the granted certificate. After this granted certificate, what I have to do that? I'll just copy this all. After copy this all, I will send it via the email. Send to my email. Let me go here. I'll just copy it, and I will go in the vManage again. So this time vSmart is here, you can see. So now I have the vSmart. Simply what I have to do that, I will install the certificate and I'll paste it here. Okay, and I'll install it. So if everything is going to good, this is the final step where my vSmart is also going to be onboarded. Only we require the 5-tuple configuration, system wise configuration, then it is going to be done. So you can see this is done. But if I go in the device again, still it is not going to be available because we not done the 5-tuple configuration. Certification is done, but still this device is not available here. You can see vSmart is not available. So I have to go and complete my system-wise configuration. So I'll go to the system. I'll go in the configuration, system configuration, host name. I'll put the vSmart and organization name. It's the lab. Very important. vBond detail. It's a 123.10.10.11, right? System IP. It's a 10.123.10.11, right? Don't be, no, it should be 12, right? System IP should be 12, not 11. Don't be confused with the vBond and system IP. And last thing we left with the, what is the last thing? Organization name, vBond, host name, site ID, right? Is 100. So I'll just commit. Once we done this commit, this is going to be available in the dashboard. So just wait for a while, 5 minutes, not 5 minutes. It is going to just take few seconds. See, it's just available on the vManage. So finally, congratulations to everyone. We onboarded all 3 controller here. Clear? Where the rest of the people?
Yes.
Why they left the class? Where they gone? So now we have been onboarded vSmart, we onboarded the vBond, we onboarded the vManage, and that all are good condition. Okay, guys. What the next thing? So next thing, we have to understand underlay connectivity between the branch location to the controller locations, and based on that underlay connectivity, how the overlay connectivity is going to be formed. Meanwhile, if I want to make sure they all are going to validate it. So if I'm going here, just going to run the command show control connections. So you see there a lot of control connections with the vSmart, vBond. They are temporary connections, right? If I'm going the vSmart here, show control connections. We have again the control connection with vBond and vSmart, but vBond doesn't have the any control connections. Let me show you. Show control connections. We don't have any control connections. This is normal behavior. It's not going to initiate any outbound control connection. People will come to vBond, but vBond is not going to initiate any connections, right? That's why you cannot see any control connection. But if you want to re-verify by doing this command, might be you thinking certificate information is still not sent. So what you can see that here we always have to share certificate information for the routers. Controllers is going to be automatically happen when you're going to onboard, or might be if you want to send this control information to vBond, you can just click it here. It is going to refresh the vBond informations, right? So they are just refreshing. So now it's done. And let me go here again, vBond. It is not going to form still. You can see that. So it's just one direction tunnels is going to build from the vSmart to the vBond. You can see, but vBond is not going to insert any tunnels. This is normal behavior. vManage, you can see this is creating the tunnels, but still vBond is not going to create. So this is the one thing you have to always take care in the consideration. Now, let me on this.
Sir, can you go
Yes.
back to that vManage dashboard? I see only vManage and vBond. vSmart, I don't see the dashboard of yes. vBond and vManage I can see.
Yeah, that's the reason, because they are going to authenticate each other. vSmart is just something already authenticated during the onboarding process. It is just responsible for routing process, right? But vManage is responsible whenever any site is going to be there, right? First, it will reach to the vBond. vBond is going to transfer that information to the vManage, right? Based on that, vManage is going to push the configuration. At the same time, any configuration we're creating in the vManage, it will automatically push to the vSmart to do the routing decisions. That's why when I'm trying to send the controller informations right here, so certificate we are send to the vBond, right? So let's suppose I am selecting the vSmart. I sending trying to it the vSmart. So one still you are sending, it is trying to push the vBond informations, vManage, vBond information. That means push vSmart list. You see here. So by default, it is pushing the from the vSmart list, whatever available, but it is sending to the information to the vBond and the vManage. So it is just initiating in term of the vSmart point of view.
Okay.
Because that's why it's showing push vSmart list. That whatever the vSmart list we have, we are sending to the vBond to vManage.
Got
That's
it.
why it's not showing.
Yeah, thanks.
All right. So let me go in devices. And if I go in the dashboard, we have this all configuration. Now let me stop this recording. I can see. So Nihal is saying, I'm leaving, important work need to do. Please share the Orkazit. Okay, done. Okay, Nihal have some important work. That I understand. So now let's understand how my underlay connectivity is going to build, and what is the step-by-step process to build the underlay connectivity from controller to the branch location, right? So that we have to understand. So we have the dual transport, we have the internet, and we have the MPLS. So first we'll try to discuss about the internet, and then we'll try to discuss about the MPLS later on. So if we want to create any SD-WAN fabric, the prerequisite, not only SD-WAN fabric, any kind of the solution, tunnel based, like GRE, like IPsec, like DMVPN, right? If you want to create like any OMP, right? If you want to create any kind of the other like VXLAN, so these all require the underlay connectivity. If you don't have the underlay connectivity, you cannot form this kind of the overlay tunnels. So what is going to be happen end of the entire SD-WAN configuration? These devices are going to build a tunnel with the vManage. So let me use different color. So they are going to build a tunnel. So from here, one tunnel is going to build, right? Here, one tunnel is going to build. From here, one tunnel is going to build. These are devices. And also they are going to build a tunnel from here to here as well. So what is this tunnel? Can you tell me? What is this tunnel?
IPsec.
IPsec. Okay. And what is this tunnel? This to this? Come on, guys. What is this tunnel? vManage to VH.
DTLS.
DTLS or TLS. Could be any. What is this tunnel?
TLS.
No, it
That
is
is
only
also
DTLS.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Okay.
And what is this tunnel?
DTLS or TLS.
One more important. This also going to create inside the TLS and DTLS. What tunnel it is going to create? OMP. Because vSmart to edge OMP is going to create. Inside of TLS, DTLS, it is also going to create the OMP tunnel. So very important. So these tunnel only going to create, these are the known as the overlay tunnel. Clear? These only tunnel are going to create if we have the underlay connectivity. If you don't have the underlay connectivity, this overlay tunnel is not possible to create. All right, guys. So we have to create the underlay connectivity. How this underlay connectivity is going to there? You can see this is the my ISP where my internet link is terminating, and same ISP is terminating on my DC switch, and these are connecting to these controllers. So unless this controller become reachable with the underlay with the basic IPv4 or IPv6 reachability is going to be required. If it is not going to be reachable, they are not going to form any overlay connectivity. So what is underlay? Anyone know about that? What is underlay? If someone is going to ask in the interview, what is underlay?
Underlay is the whenever we have physical connectivity, we need to reach with the help of IPv4 connectivity end to end.
Okay.
Underlay connectivity is like it's like a hardware connectivity over an MPLS or BGP, that kind of thing.
WAN connectivity,
Should
we
I
can say.
Okay. Anything else? Okay, so let me make you very simple. What is underlay and what is overlay? So the underlay is nothing. You guys are absolutely right. Let me add something on top of that. Underlay something, you have some basic reachability. Okay. Basic IPv4, IPv6 reachability from A point to B point. Just think about in this way. You have to travel from Agra to New Delhi or New Delhi to Agra. So there is two way. I can go via the expressway, and if there is no expressway, then I have the basic road connectivity. Might be that basic road connectivity is going to be very narrow, it having a lot of problem, not very good road. We have a lot of kind of the damage on the road. So I have to drive very carefully. My car is going to be damaged. My bike is going to be damaged. Buses are going to take longer time, but still have the basic reachability, right? I can reach there, right? So the base foundation, that is the original road which we built from the New Delhi to Agra, right? I can use as a base point. I have some kind of a demarcation point. I have some reference point. I can use that. I can reach there. So that is my underlay. But if I am going to use the same infra, once this has been identified, and I'm going to build some sophisticated things on top of that, that is expressway. Means same place I'm going to use, and I'm going to build very high quality concrete road or might be RCC road, and that road having the 4-lane connectivity from each side, or might with 8-lane connectivity or 10-lane connectivity, that also going to offer the petrol pump, that is going to offer the very kind of the good kind of the restaurant. They're going to give the other kind of the services, stay as well. So that's become my overlay. Means that is the very sophisticated, more have feature, more fast travel can be happen, but still they require the base, right? So this is how you can understand for the underlay and overlay in the real practical scenario. Same thing is going to happen in the SD-WAN platform. So point A to point B, let's suppose I want to reach from here to here. First requirement, they should able to ping the IPs. They have the basic reachability from the IPv6 to IPv4 to IPv6, whatever IP I'm going to use here. Based on that basic reachability, what is going to be happen? I can form the overlay connectivity, right? That is going to become my overlay. So let's understand how this underlay is going to build. So here I'll configure one of the IP address from this range 192.1.3. Probably I'll configure 3 here. One I'm going to configure here from the same subnet. You can see here is another IP address 192.1.20. Might be I'm going to configure .2 here, and same subnet .1. So whatever subnet I have defined here, I'll always configure .1 here, and I'll configure .4 here because the site 4, .5 because site 5, it's going to be 2. This is also going to be 2 because they are the same site range. This is going to might be the 6, and this is how I can configure that. So always one is going to configure for the all subnet on these routers, MPLS or internet. And in opposite side, you can use any IP range, but I would suggest go with the device ID. So it is going to be very easy for you. So let me bring the circuits first. How the circuits is going to build, and then we'll see how the underlay is going to build. So my requirement is until this router reach these controllers, they cannot form the any kind of the tunnels, right? So I have to build the underlay connectivity. So first I'll open this particular router. See here, I'll go here, I'll put the no, right? And let me increase the font size as well. So this is my no. So this is done. It is starting. Let me open this vEdge as well, right? Just wait for a while. It is going to be ready. So for vEdge also, you have to put admin username, and password is also going to be admin. So admin, you just have to change the password, right? So this has been done. You can just run the command show run. Same thing is going to happen on the VPN interface. Now I have to configure the IP address on this interface. So similar what we have done here for the vEdge, we converted in the vBond. Similar step we have to do that, right? But this time here we not define any color for the transport, but here we have to use the color. Means, so I have to understand what is the color. So I'll explain what is the color. So we have to use the public transport as a color, this one, and we are going to use the MPLS here. So let me first explain what is the color and what it can be defined. So let me go here. Let me go a little bit up.
So color we use to differentiate the different transport for our understanding, right?
Yes,
In
yes,
our
you're right.
network.
Absolutely, you're right. The same thing you're thinking. So here we have the OMP, that is the overlay management protocol that is going to run between the vSmart to vSmart or VS to vSmart, right? And this responsibility is going to carry your routing information, policy information. That is your OMP. TLOC is transport locator that is going to carry your three tuples. That first is like your encapsulations. Second one is your site ID and your system IP. Based on that, they're going to, sorry, the color and system IP encapsulation. Three things is going to be there and they're going to form the TLOC. I'll show you how TLOC is going to work. But what is the color? So color is like, let's suppose I have the one router, right? And they have the 4 ISP link. How this router is going to come to know which link is belong to which ISP and what is the purpose, right? So to just differentiate these all links, they are going to use the color. So every link should have the different color. So in Cisco SD-WAN, if I go here in the VPN 0, and if I go for any interface, let's suppose G0 by 0, right? And I'm making a tunnel interface and I'm just writing the color. You can see we have a lot of colors. 3G, biz internet, blue, bronze, custom 1, custom 2, custom 3, default. This was we talking about default. If I'm not going to define any color, it is going to stay in default. And only one transport should have the default color. Gold, green, LTE, Metro Ethernet, MPLS, public internet, red, silver. These are the different colors. So what I'm trying to say, if I have the one router, let's suppose this is my one router. Sorry, let me use some different color. This is my VH router. VH1. So one is one transport, this is second transport, third and fourth transport. So let's suppose this is a ISP, might be we have the Verizon. This is the ISP, we have the Airtel, right? This is ISP, let's suppose we have the Geo, and this is the ISP, let's suppose we have the Bell Canada, right? So these are 4 ISP we have. So how uniquely this router is going to identify these 4 ISP? So to uniquely identify these ISP, we have to define the colors. Might be this could be the public internet. This is the internet circuit. So I'll put the public internet. If this is again internet, I can use the bridge internet, right? So this is going to bridge internet. These are the MPLS circuits. So I can put as one as the MPLS color, right? So this is the MPLS, and I can put any private one for this one. This is also going to act as a MPLS. So these are two MPLS circuits. These are the internet circuit. If you have the more circuits, let's suppose I have the another circuit here, and this is the again MPLS, right? So I can use the private true or maybe the custom also. So this is going to act as a my fifth circuits. So based on the different ISP, I can configure different kind of the colors, and those color is going to uniquely identify about your transport. So here we have the two colors. One is the MPLS, one is the internet. So we have to define the color as well while doing the configuration. So if I want to do the configuration for the VH router, how I can define the rest of the things about the color and all. But before that, I have to make the basic IP before reachability. So let me assign the IP address on this interface. So I'll go on this VH router. Let me exit from here. I'll start from scratch. Okay, so I'll go in the config. And after going in the config, I'll go in the VPN 0 because I have to assign the IP address. Then I have to, means if I want to assign IP address, I have to go in the VPN. After going in the VPN 0, I'll go in the interface. And this is my interface G0 by 0, right? And I will assign the IP address 192.1.3.3. So I'll go and assign the IP 192, right? 1.3.3/24, right? And I'll just click, sorry.
IP address.
Okay, I'm just trying to do. It is not taking. So I have to put IP. Now you can see IP has been assigned. After assigning the IP address, I have to put the no shut. So this interface is going to be no shut mode. After this, most important.
What
Because
are those colors like blue, bronze, gold? Those
this can be used for the different these blue, these are the red, silver can be used for the your any public private things, custom, any you can use. Most about this blue bronze you can use for the public internet. Red silver also is the public internet. If you have any kind of the private means MPLS circuit, you can use the private. But you can use any color. It's not going to make any difference for you.
and a gold and with Metro Ethernet?
The same Metro Ethernet is, so if you have the Metro Ethernet circuit, use the Metro Ethernet. Gold is again you can use for the any public internet.
Okay, those are for internet. Okay.
Yes, yes. So now I have to put no shut, right? Now this interface is going to build your IPsec tunnel and DTLS tunnel. So that's why you have to make this interface a tunnel interface, right? After making a tunnel interface, you have to go and define the color because we are going to use for the internet circuit. So we'll use the public interface. Color is a public internet. Now it is going to ask for the encapsulation. Encapsulation, you want to build the GRE tunnel or IPsec tunnel. This encapsulation is side to side. So GRE is going to be unsecure. So we'll use the IPsec for the secure, right? And then we have to allow services all. Means every services, whatever available, I want to allow. And I'll just make the commit. So let me show the configuration. What configuration I have done here. It is available in the lab guide, but I just go in the VPN 0. I go in the interface. I'll assign the IP address, tunnel interface, encapsulation, color, allow services all. My job has been done, right? This job has been done. What next? The next step, once we have done this, I will configure the IP on this particular router on this interface. So I will go here, internet router. It's very easy, similar to the, you guys know how the router is going to be configured. So I'll go here, configuration. I'll put the host name as the inet, right? I'll go in the interface. And this is my interface 0 by 0. So I'll go gig 0 by 0. I'll configure the IP address 192.1.3.1, right? 254.5, 255, 255 and 0, and I'll put no shut. Clear? I'll try to ping whether my VH IP is pinging or not. So sorry. So 192.1.3.3. So let's verify point-to-point reachability is fine or not. So it's done, right? It is done. So this job has been done. So my this point-to-point link is fine. Now I have to make sure this point-to-point link should be okay. So I have this IP address 192.1.20. So I'll configure .1 here on the 0 by 1. So let me go interface 0 by 1. So let me go here and 0 by 1. I'll configure that 192.1.20.1. So I'll go 191.20.1, 255, 255, 255.0. I'll go and do the no shut. This is done. So once I'm done, now I have to go in the DC switch again. So I'll open the DC switch. I'll click OK. Just wait. Just give me 1 minute, guys. Sorry, guys. So we have to go here. Let me see it's ready or not. Okay, so now it's ready. Am I audible, guys?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now we have to go DC switch. So this DC switch, I have to assign the IP address on this gig 0/1. So if I go on the gig interface, gig 1/0 or 0/1? 1/0, okay? 1/0. If I try to give IP address, this IP address is not able to assign. You guys see here. So if this IP address is not able to assign, so what I can do that? So this is the default property of the switch. If you go in the switch and you're trying to do the any configuration of the switch, by default, it is not going to take any IP address. So because the all interface of the switch is going to be layer 2 interface. So you have to convert layer 2 interface as a layer 3 interface. So what is the command? You just make the command no switch port. Once you run this no switch port command, it is going to convert in the layer 3 interface. Now if I go and define the IP address, it is going to take that. So IP address, sorry. Let me go again. Configuration. I'll go in the interface gig 1/0. And I'll assign the IP address. You can see now IP address it's taking. So I'll give the IP address 192.1.20.255.255.255.0 and I'll put no shut. And I will try to ping the IP address, the ISP side IP address. And if it is going to ping, then we are good. See, it is working. So now we are done. So what I have done to build the underlay, I configure the one IP address at this place and assign the IP address 192.1.3.3. I configure 192.1.3.1 here and I just try to ping and it is working. I configure IP from this range and this range is pinging. My end goal, I should able to reach from here to here and here, right? So now you guys tell me, if I go and ping from here to this IP address, will it reachable or not?
Not reachable.
Any idea? Anyone have?
No.
Not reachable.
Why?
We need to make a routing.
Routing is not there.
In this vH route, right?
VH as well as DC switch.
Okay.
Reverse route.
So let's do one by one, step by step. So routing always required, even for the underlay. So we require the default route for the internet. If you go for the any time for the default route, it is going to require this default route must be pointing to the ISP. So anything if you want to go that, it is going to be raised to the ISP. So I have to go and configure the default route. And where I can configure default route? Which VPN?
Internet.
Sorry, which VPN default route is going to be there?
VPN 0.
Yes. So I have to go in the VS3 router, right? And I will go in the VPN 0 and I will configure the default route. Simply I'll go and put the IP route. Let me make the font bigger. I'll configure the IP route 0.0.0.0/0 and next stop would be 1.3.1 and commit. So now if I check my VPN 0, show run VPN 0 configuration, I have the default route. When you go and check the show IP route, you are going to find the default route. It is available and under the VPN 0 and it is connecting to the next hop. So now we have the last gateway of resort. Default route always going to consider as the last gateway of resorts, means you have something to go out. If there is no route available specific, you always go and follow the default route to go out to the internet. That's why last gateway of resort is this. Clear? So we configure. Still, if I try to ping, will this IP address is reachable or not? If I try to ping from here to here,
Not reachable.
not reachable. So what I have to do now? Anyone tell me?
We have to configure default route on DC switch.
Pointing to what? This way.
Internet router.
Okay, very nice. Let me do that. I'll go in the DC switch and I will configure one of the default route, IP route. This is 0.0.0.0.0.0 and I'll put 192.1.20.1, right? And do right. Now, will I able to ping from here to here or not?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, let
Yes.
me test it. Let me go here. So I'll try to ping this IP address, which is configured 192.1.20.2. I configured here. Let me try to ping here 192.1.20.2 and say it reachable, right? So thank you so much, guys, right, for the giving the right answer. I really appreciate. So what happened here? If anyone not understand, let me know. I can make you understand you again. I just put default route here. This directly connected this subnet, right? So definitely it will forward packet to this one. But if they don't have the reverse route, it will never going to reply it back. So that's why we put the default route again, reverse pointing to this one and forward already here. So it is going to there as well. So that's why they have the reachability. Now I have the next question because we have built the reachability till here to here, it is working. Now you guys tell me this switch have one of the VLAN 123. This VLAN is going to reachable or not if I try to ping from here?
No.
Amol saying no. What others?
No, we need one static route from internet router.
Yes. So because this is subnet 123, this subnet is not available in this routing table. This will take the default route. It will forward to this particular next hop router, but this doesn't have the 123 route. So it is going to drop the packet at this place only, right? So we require another default, means one of the 123 route available pointing toward DC switch. So let me first check whether it's reachability or not. So I'll go here and try to ping 123.10.10.1. It is not pingable. See, it's showing unreachable. So it is unreachable because we don't have the any route on the internet router. So I'll go here and I'll put one of the IP route 123.10.10.0 255 255 255.0, and next I'll put 192.1.20.2 and I'll do right. Once I've done, means my packet will come from here. It will take default route. It will reach here iNet. iNet have this 123 route. It will go to this DC switch and it's have the reachability. So I will go here and I will just try to make the ping again and say it is reachable. Clear? Everyone understand?
Yes.
Now we have the next question. So what we have built till now? We built the underlay reachability till here, till here, till here. But we have to get final till vManager. Now you tell me, if I try to ping this IP address, will it reachable or not? This IP address,
No.
this IP address, this IP address. Why?
We need to have route from vManage, vSmart, vBond, say
Yes.
reverse route.
So we have to require the default route again, because if they will come with this source, the packet will reach till these routers, but they don't have any default route configure. So how they are going to reply back? Either we have to go the specific route or we have to give the default route. Then only they are going to work for you. So what is going to be happen? You see, have to every lab guide, even you see here, every lab guide is showing you have to configure one of the default route pointing toward the core switch. I not configured. So you just have to make sure you configure it. Even the root C also see. Root C also required. Might be it is not there, but you have to configure for the root C also. So every device is going to require root C. I missed that, I believe. You can see the vBond. This is also, it's a like certificate. So everyone is going to require. So right now, if I go here and try to ping, let me go on the VS. If I try to ping, then it is not working, right? So I'll go in the vManage, I'll log in it, and I'll go in the config, VPN 0, and I'll put the IP route 0.0.0.0/0, and next hop 123.10.10.1, and I'll commit. Once done, you will see that it must be start pinging automatically. So we have the reachability. And if I try to ping 11, it is not pinging. So 11 is my vBond, right? So I'll go it here and I'll go in the config. I'll go in the VPN 0 and I'll just do the IP route 0.0.0.0.0. 10.10.1 and I'll commit. See, it is also start pinging, right? So now let's talk about the 12. 12 is not pinging, just wait. vSmart. So I'll go here and I will just go in the configuration, VPN 0, and I'll configure the IP route 0.0.0.0/0 10.10.1. I'll commit. You will see it is also going to start pinging. It is also pinging. Now we're left with the last 13, root CA. Root CA also very important. So root CA is not pinging. So I'll go in the root CA again. And here is like configuration. And I'll go in the right, means this is my 123 10.1 and I'll put the do right. This is done. And we are good. Right? You will see here, this is also pinging. So now
One question. So whatever you're configuring in vSmart, vManager, vBond, those are like default route. Like, will it show in vSmart as well because you're configuring in CLI, right? So will it reflect in vSmart as well?
No. These are the local things. Whatever configuration I'm doing, just for the one device. It's local for this device. vSmart configuration is going to be only for the vSmart, not for the vManager.
No, in vSmart also you configure a default route, right, towards DC switch. So
Right.
that will be there in GUI or it will not be there.
See, GUI we will discuss. First, let's build your fundamentals. GUI is the basic, or we can say like the basic need of the SD-WAN, which we still not done, except few things, right? So GUI will start once we have the complete set of the understanding of the CLI, right? Once you know what is the step-by-step process, then we go for the GUI, we create the template. So GUI we create from the vManage everything. And from there, whatever the CLI configuration we're doing, actually same configuration we have to do for the GUI. But how it is going to be configured, we'll see that later on, Arjun. Okay.
No, now you configure this default route, right? So that's what I'm asking. Like, will it show in the GUI or not?
It will show in this particular configuration of the vManage, but it is again going to show in the CLI format only. Let me show you, not the GUI. So if I'm going on this particular, right, you see we have the vSmart, right? If I'm not going to device, this configuration is going to reflect here, but this configuration is going to reflect the CLI configuration only. So if I'm going in the vSmart, you see here running configuration. See, you just go down. We added this route, right? It's available, right? So whatever you do in the CLI configuration, it is going to be automatically populated on the vManage because the vManager is going to be sync all the configuration.
Okay.
Right now we're doing from the CLI. Even if you're going to the GUI, it will create the CLI configuration, but GUI template also we have to configure. That also going to show us. If we go for the V,
One more question. Can you open the configuration? vSmart or vManage anything? Okay.
it's a vBond, right?
So if we go up,
Mm.
so like we have created the system template right now with the CLI, correct? We have
Mm-hmm.
configured all these things, vBond IP, system IP, site ID, all these things with the CLI. So this we can create with the GUI with the template also, right? So my question is like right now we configured these things with the CLI. So do we have a template there in GUI as well?
No,
Because without template we created this with the CLI, right?
this is CLI, so there is no template. Template, if I want to get GUI, so you have to get template from here. There is no template, no feature, no device.
Then see why we have created with a CLI, right? So if we create a template from a vManage, so that will push to vBond or vSmart. Okay. So if
Right.
instead of template, if we create with a CLI, so that configuration also will be created as a template in GUI, right? So if it is not there, then this will be not in sync, right?
No, wait. See, there is two concept, right? The vManage, vSmart, or edge devices, right? Whatever you have. There is two mode of the devices. One is the CLI mode. Second is the vManage mode, right? Two types of configuration is going to happen. CLI means everything you have to do as CLI. vManage mode, it means that means the device is going to be in GUI mode, right? So if any configuration available in the box from the CLI, right? And if you want to replace that configuration with the GUI mode, so first you have to create the GUI mode configuration via the feature template, via the device template. So you have to create first template here. So we'll discuss in detail how the template is going to be created, what is the step-by-step process. That is a complete 2-3 class requirement where we have to spend around 6 to 8 hours to understand these all things. So
Understood. Like what like understanding here, like if you want to manage a device with a CLI, so we have to keep the device in CLI only, and if you want to manage the device with GUI, we have to manage with the GUI only. Yeah, is it like?
yes. So if any CLI configure on the box previous and you want to replace with the vManage, so whatever the new configuration you created by the GUI mode, it will just override that. So this old configuration is going to automatically removed and new configuration is going to post. And this configuration is going to be GUI mode. Clear?
So like yeah, okay. So what I was thinking we're configuring all the system configuration in CLI, right? So like I was thinking like that will also create a template in GUI as well.
Yeah,
So
there is a way. There is a way. If you have the CLI configuration, right, available, based on this CLI, you want to configure the like you want to manage this via the vManage. This is also possible, but this is the like see there is two way to doing that. If you're creating the template, it is going to ask you want to come from the feature template or the CLI template. So CLI template, if you want to do that, you just go here and copy and paste all the CLI configuration from the router and paste it. It's going to create the template. So the same configuration is going to push your device, but this only going to create one problem. If you want to make any changes from the CLI, it is not going to happen. You have to do all changes from the vManage only. But it's
after creating the CLI configuration.
yes. But the same CLI configuration you can just copy from here and you can post it here. It is going to create a template from the your vManage. Again, the device is going to manage by the vManage, but it is going to stay in the CLI only, not the GUI. You don't have any template for the GUI. Got it? So we'll discuss. No need to worry about all option. I'll discuss. Just wait. I'll make sure you guys understand each and everything.
Okay.
I'll cover each and everything. No need to worry.
Okay.
So now we have the underlay connectivity end to end. So once we have the underlay connectivity, what next? So after building the underlay connectivity, we have to onboard the VS devices on this particular platform. So let's still have the 10-15 minute time or might be. So let's do one onboarding today and next class we'll do the detailed discussion about that, how this all is going to happen. So first thing again, let me open that particular lab guide. So VS configuration guide, let me open it. Copy and paste. So again, this VH also going to require like your 5-tuple configuration, means system edge configuration, everything is going to require here. Similarly, what we have done for the other controller, we have to do for the BGP configuration. We'll see how BGP is going to be done. But most important, this interface configuration already we have done. This MPLS we not done till now. Static route we have done. Right? We have the reachability with the our all ISP which have ping and it is reachable, all testing we have done, that all fine. Controller we are reachable, that also we have done. Now we have to do the certification part. That's the most important. Again, the VH required certification, then only it is going to be onboarded. So how the certification is going to happen? I will go in my VH, that is my VH3, and again I will go the vShell. First, we have the reachability with the my root C already tested 13 IP is reachable. So I'll go in the vShell and write TFTP -G -R PKI.ca, the same thing, and I'll put the IP address. Once I done, see the copy has been done, ls-l, you run that, this is done. So you just have to install this certificate. You just have to install this certificate, you just have to similar way, whatever you have done in your controller, you just copy it and paste it here. So it is going to install the certificate. Once you've done the install certification done, this time you have to generate the CSR request directly from the router by the CLI only. You don't have to go GUI and copy and paste all the stuff. No, you don't have to do that. You just run this command. This will generate the CSR and then we'll sign it from the root CA. So I'll just go and copy this command, that is a request CSR upload, and I'll paste it here. So make sure the CSR text file, you should remember it. And I'll put the name as a lab, and that is a local. This has been done and this CSR has been uploaded. Clear? CSR has been signed. If you want to see that, you just go in vShell and run the command more, and you just put this CSR file name. It is going to give the certificate. This certificate signing request we have done. So this is the certificate. We request root CA to sign it back. Now I have to go again, and here is the same CSR I want to see that I have done. I will go in the root CA and I'll run this same command which we running in the controller case. So I'll go here and I will just go and put it here, and I will just enter shift control shift alt text input. And now because I am the same Windows, I can copy paste directly. No email is going to required. So simply I'll copy this certificate very carefully, and I will go in root CA and I will paste it here. This has been done. Done. I'll write a quit. So I will get the final certificate. So now I will copy the certificate and I'll paste in my VH. But you just have to follow some special command. Just go down and you just have to use this command in the vCell. Cat, you just exactly have to use the same command. Right? You just have to go in the vCell again. These are the Linux-based command. So you just go in the vCell, and after going in the vCell, just copy carefully this command cat insert, right? So you are creating one certificate here, right? So I will just put the same name here and put enter. And now I'll put again Control Shift Alt, and the small window is going to be open. I'll go in the root CA and I'll just copy this particular certificate and I will paste it here. So this is done, and I'll get out from here and press enter. After pressing enter, you can see just paste the certificate and enter 2 times, means hit enter 2 times. So I'll just go and enter one more time. The certificate has been pasted in your VH router.
Can we use the same command for vManage, vSmart, vBond also? This cat command?
No. That is going to be required in you have to install via the GUI only. It's just for the VH only, not the vSmart. vSmart you have to do via the GUI only.
Now we are able to copy from root CA to VH, right? So that's what I'm asking.
No, we can copy root CA to VS. That is CLI to CLI, but you have to go in the GUI. GUI you cannot do that. So we have to go in a different
CLI only
version.
cat command we can't use it, huh?
Yes. CLI cat command you can do from the root CA to the VH routers, right? But if you want to go on the PC, because you have to copy in the GUI, how can you do that? Not
No,
possible.
instead of PC, like vManage, vBond, vSmart, CLI I'm saying.
No, but why you required? You have to install from this section, na? You have to you have to go here and you have to go and install in this section. You have to install certificate from here.
No, now we have installed in VH, right? Like that only we can go and do it in a CLI manner also we can do it, I'm asking.
No, you just have to follow this step. You you have to go and always have to install from here. Only it is going to work. If you're going to CLI, I have to check documentation. I don't think it is going to work, because if it is a process, then it is going to be very easy. But I don't think, you can try, let me know, but it is not going to work. As per my experience, it is just going to select the controller, because you generate the CSR from here, and you have to install certificate from here. So that certificate need to copy and paste here, right?
Okay, because you have given a new command, right? Cat command. So that's what I was thinking.
So that is this is for the VS to VS. VS, CS you want to onboard, that is going to go, because you don't have to add devices here. In the controller. Means you don't have to add devices here. If you're adding the devices, then you just have to do from here. But if my onboarding from the CLI, then CLI is going to work.
Okay.
Okay. So
Add the controllers mandatory in vManage. So
yes,
that
yes.
is why
Controller mandatory. These
yeah.
are not mandatory. So let me go here and VH. So we just have done. So now we have to just install the certificate, final certificate, which we just copy. Make sure the name should be the same. Cert. So I'll just go here and install the certificate. Certificate has been installed. Now you can run the command source certificate serial. So you are going to get this certificate serial number now. So this is the final step. We just have to do certification. So now we have the certificate. Now we just have to copy the certificate in the same format, what it is written. So let me find my, let me text. So I will copy this format. Okay. And I will copy this certificate chassis serial number. And I'll paste it. Let me paste it from here. So you have to put in the same format, request vh add chassis number, and this is your chassis number. So you just have to replace this chassis number to this chassis number and this certificate serial number. So this is going to be 5. So same format you have to use. Why it is important? Because you have to tell to your VH, you have to tell to your vManage, this is my certificate and serial number. Based on your information, vBond is going to validate you. vManage is going to validate you, and then they will allow to go in the fabric. If this information is not available, you cannot be in the fabric. So you see here, if I'm going in this particular window PC, I'm going into devices, my certification has been done, but still if I'm trying to go in this particular dashboard, I don't have any VH devices, right? So first I have to inform my vBond, vManage, vSmart automatically going to know that. I'll tell you how it is going to know that. Then they are going to validate you. All right, so let me do that. So I will go here where I can go. So now I have the text, right? I'll copy it. After copy, I'll go in the vBond, right? I just have to paste it in the like privilege mode only. And same thing, I'll go in the vManage and I have to paste it. So I just informed someone is coming, you just validate it, right? Still job is not done. If I go into
We just have to inform vBond only, right? Not vManage, right?
so yes, technically it is right. If I have my licensed fabric, right? So I just have to inform my vBond only. They are going to get the information from the vBond to vSmart. Why it is going to get that? Because we have here you can see that if I'm going the device, we have the sync to vSmart. So they will automatically sync the information. So this will also get the information automatically. If the vSmart have any informations, they will get all information. But right now we don't have the sync options. So we have to do the manually. That's the reason I'm doing it. Clear?
Okay.
So technically vSmart means this smart is something vBond is going to share all the information to the vManage. This is the central database. So if this is the enable sync to account, whatever the vBond have the information, it will sync to the vManage automatically. But right now we don't have, so you have to do the manually. Got it?
Okay.
So this is the reason I'm doing the manually. So we have done this one and we have done this one. Now we go. But still, if I'm going here and if I'm going in the dashboard, you see my v edge is still not there. So what configuration still we are missing? Anyone know? What
Have
configuration?
we added in a vSmart?
No, that is not going to require to add, no? We just have to inform about the serial and certificate that we have done. What is the minimum configuration to onboard any device on the SD-WAN fabric after certification?
Yeah, 16.
No, vBond IP did we add it in VH?
system-wise configuration is still missing, right? We don't.
Correct.
Yeah, system. We
System-wise,
done all the things, but system is still not configured. That's the reason it's not getting on the dashboard. So you just have to complete this parameter. So I will go here.
And one more thing that sync we can't do it from GA. vSmart sync that.
Sync. Okay, let me first configure it and then I'll understand your query. What does mean sync? Okay.
Okay.
There is a various way of the syncing, but what you're asking, let me complete this one. I will discuss that after. System-wise configuration, site ID. So we are onboarding this VS3. Site ID is 3. So I'll put site ID 3. Organization name, that is going to be lab. That's for sure, right? This is the second thing, organization name. Second thing, like system IP, right? Third thing, system IP. System IP you can see here, 10.30.1. So I'll configure 10.30.1. This is done. What next? Site ID, system IP, host name, right? The first port tuple. So I'll use the VS3 as a host name. What next? What is missing? Next one? vBond IP. Yes, vBond IP. So that is going to be 123.10.10.11, if I'm not wrong. Yes, this is vBond. I will configure and I will commit it. Done. This is done. So this is done. After that, what I have to do that? If you go on dashboard, after some time, see the vManage has been finally onboarded. So we finally onboarded one of the vManage also. If you click it here, you're going to get the VS3 is reachable, and this is your version, and you can see this, the cloud, everything you can see here. So this is how we can onboard the VH1 as well. Right? If you go in the device, now technically, if we onboard this V-Edge router, whatever tunnel is going to form, this is going to form the DTLS or TLS tunnel, right? With all three devices. Clear? Makes sense,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And also this go to form the OMP tunnel here. So can we verify? Do you have or not? So let me do that. So if I'm going on the VH router now, and if I'm trying to see, do you have the control connection or not? So we have the control connection. This is the command, show control connection. It is showing they have the control connection with the vBond and the vManage, but it's not showing any control connector with the vSmart. Clear? And it's saying it's the color is the public internet and it's the up. You can see here, system IP it's also showing. So why vSmart is not showing? And also if I just run the show OMP peer, right? We don't have any OMP peers. So is it something wrong with the configuration? No, it's not wrong with the configuration. Once you onboard this, any branch, we have the last step in the lab guide, very last step. Just go there. You have to go in the GUI configuration certificate sent to the controller. Means whatever the devices you onboarded, you have to inform to the vSmart. It is not going to happen by default. So I will go here in PC. You have to go here in the devices. Certificate, and in this certificate we have this vManage sent to the controller, means you are just informing the vSmart. So just after doing this is going to update it to the vSmart as well. Earlier we informed to the vBond and the vManage, but vSmart is not know about this all. So we just send it. Once this is going to be done, now go in this particular device and run the show control connection. Wait for a while. The connection is going to be up. It will take few seconds. Once the connection is going to be up, then your OMP is going to form inside of the tunnel. See, so now we have the vSmart also control connections. Make sense? So we have the
that controller information, VH controller information is pushing to all three. That VH information is there, right? That is pushing to all controllers, right?
Yeah, VH information is already there, but when you send to the controller, it is going to apply for the all controller. By default, we added for the vManage and the vBond. but vSmart is not aware. So it is just sending that command. It is just giving the re-information to all the controller, but two already have, so they can just update their database. But vSmart not have, so they just update in their database and they just build the tunnels. That's the only meaning it's going to
So, okay. So, like, what I'm thinking, instead of informing initially to vBond and vManage, we can inform this way only, like, the one.
If you want to do the CLI also, you can inform the CLI also. I can do that, and they're going to work in the same manner. We can add the next time when onboarding the different VH, it is going to work. Absolutely, we can work, but I'm just saying the another way around. If you want to do as a CLI for vBond and vManage, you have to do the manually, right? There is no other way around. If you're not doing, it is not going to send to the controller, right? Because you have to do it. But for vSmart, you can do it from the CLI or you can do it from the GUI. That is going to work.
So for actual environment where we have the smart portal, okay, there we need to add only vBond or it will get automatically updated with
You don't
this
have to do
smart account.
anything. If you have the smart portal, whatever process we have done till last 2 hours or might be the yesterday, that all is going to be like wipe out. You don't have to do that. You just have to sync the portal, right? You have the Cisco automated way, right? For the setting, you just select the certification part Cisco automated. This is a recommended way. Everything is going to happen automatic. No certification, no copy paste, nothing is going to require.
We need to add something in that smart account manually. Someone should add it manually, right? In smart account.
Yes.
Okay. So might be that Cisco provide access to us or not to add it manually, or they do by themselves.
No. A smart account is that. Let me show you. If you guys, I already like wanted to show you later, but if you want to know right now, let me try to show you.
So, if it is in sync, that means like certificate and this information also will be informed by vBond only. We don't need to do anything.
Right. Everything is going to happen automatically.
I think we need to inform that smart portal about chassis number, serial of number of
So
devices.
once you have the smart portal, right? This is a smart portal, right? So once you purchase any devices, so you have to import devices via CSV format, or might be you have to add them manually. You can see here. So you just have to give the serial number, product ID, and profile name. Then you say, then it is going to automatically update in the portals. It is going to sync. And this portal is going to sync. Then whatever information available in this portal, this is going to sync to the your here as well, because you just have to go and click on the sync portal. So it is going to sync here as well. Sync smart account. So it is going to sync here. So everything is going to be automated. All right.
Only system IP configuration we need to do manually, right? On the
Nothing you have to do the manually.
Okay.
If you're performing the JTB process, you don't have to do anything. You just have to do the configuration template creation here. And you just have to add your device with the serial number.
No,
That's it.
we are like we are not see like what we're saying is like we're not using ZTP, okay? So we just have to inform one of the VAs to vBond. Okay, further vBond will inform to vSmart and vManage. vSmart and vBond. vManage, sorry, vManage. Okay, that we can achieve it, right? Instead of ZTP.
So if you have the like no JTP, then bare minimum configuration system wise configuration, where you have defined the 5 tuple. If you are going to configure the CLI command, then only you're going to achieve that. Simple.
Okay, because initially you told, right, like we just have to inform our device information to vBond. So then after vBond will take care of informing to other controllers like vManage and vSmart. So that's what we're asking.
Yeah, I told you that is something for the JTP. If you have JTP and this is going to be vBond, vBond is going to be managed. vManage have the template, right? Then it is going to push to your edge, right? This is the automated process. This is the one thing. But you not want to do JTP, right? And you want to add the device. So you just have to make sure you have the ISP link and they have the control connectivity. Then you have to do the system-wise configuration. 5 tuple you have to configure. then they will form the TLS GTLS connection to all devices. That's it.
So
Clear?
we have to manually inform to all controllers, right, about that
Yes.
VH.
Right. Just give me 1 minute, guys. Yes, it is going to be happen automatically, right? You don't
Okay,
have to do.
so I think we will get and we'll understand in more better way when we perform that JTP, right? At the time of JTP, we'll understand in a more better way.
Yeah, we'll discuss. So a lot of things we have to discuss. Don't worry. I'll make sure everything is going to be covered. Clear. No need to worry. We just started. So still we have to discuss ZTP in very detail. ZTP have the entire process. So you understand how this all is going to happen. So confusion is going to be like all removed. No need to worry about that. Okay. Okay. So now let's just give me 1 minute. One call I'm getting urgently. So now we have to understand, guys, right? So you can see this VH has been like onboarded. So if I show the control connection, it's showing that. If I want to check the OMP pair, that is going to create the OMP pair with the vSmart also. But there is no routes coming. So you can see route installed, R means I means route install, R means route received, and route send. So these all are 000. We don't have anything here. So if I just check the IPsec connections, IPsec outbound connections, so we don't have any IPsec. What is the reason? I'll explain. If I just check the BFD session, there is no BFD session because we have the single site here, and this IPsec and BFD is going to build between the two branch location. So that's why we don't have any kind of any IPsec and BFD. So for time being, I believe we are good till today. You guys try to do labs. Your lab is going to absolutely work fine from today onward. Already it's working, and might be not working, then it is going to work. Try to do the underlay connectivity. Try to configure these controllers and try to do your labs. Okay. And next class onward, we'll try to onboard the other branch location. We do a lot of brainstorming, like why the all output is there, and a lot of things we are going to discuss. Even we will try to discuss some template part if it time allow. If not, at least we onboard the MPLS internet, we build the entire topology, then we go for the template configuration. Okay, guys?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
All right.
And
See you
also,
again.
I have one question, sir. Like when it will be the uploaded on the portal?
So
Because
this
the
is a
last.
cloud recording. It is going to take 8 to 12 hours, right? Meanwhile, if you have the urgency, it is still available on the YouTube. You can watch there, right? Let me share the link, okay?
Okay.
So if you want to watch, just for this class is only live today. Rest is going to not live. So you just go and save the link. I saved the link. You can just go and watch the video. It is going to be available.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Sure.
Thank you, guys.